Hey T, how are you doing? What's going on? Dealing with some heavy traffic here right now. I really appreciate you coming in. How was your day? What's going on? We'll trade stories. You go first. Traffic jam is pretty bad. It was like this morning. It's like this coming home to the office. You just have to take your time. Just be patient. That's all you really can do. And from talking to a lot of my segment 2 students who are 16 and up, a lot of them do not drive in traffic like this. This is this deep stop and go rush hour. Oops, see, they're broke down. This is this deep stop and go rush hour driving that you really need to have patience. You really need to be covering your brake. But also, if you are, under 25, you're not getting enough sleep. So you can have, hey, Grace, how you doing? Grace, I was looking at some of your comments. How you doing, Grace? What's going on? Grace, we were just talking about, the 25 and under. They really don't do driving like this. They really don't get out in this type of traffic. I interviewed some of my students yesterday and really asked them some deep questions. I'm doing pretty good. The last week or so, I've just been driving, 4:30 to 6:30 in class, 6:30 to 8:30 and driving afterwards, not getting home to about 10:30, 11, so I'm a little tired. Patience is my key, I'm learning, yes. And I'm probably going to be doing this to maybe 2030 or 2031, and then probably do something else. I like teaching driver's education to adults and teens, so we're really trying to get this nonprofit together so I can help people 18 and up learn how to drive, and maybe some educational classes, finance, real estate. So I'm just trying to figure this out. So I've been meeting with several different people to try to find the right match, because I will start a nonprofit, but it's got to be the right group of people. It could be a church, could be someone who has a nonprofit, who has experience. So I'm really doing exploratory meetings right now. I met with one woman already. I'm going to meet with the business manager. I'm going to meet with a member of the church in the area. The biggest thing is the driver's ed car. That's going to cost the biggest thing. And I do want to do electric vehicle to talk about sustainability, and also I'm an educator. I really appreciate that, Grace. It's been a crazy day. And it always helps, in our cafeteria area, we have 5 kids throwing food. So I'm trying to support our custodial staff because they work hard, right? Got about 1,000 kids. So they said, hey, I need your help. I'm like, I got you. So this particular class, we have a 30-minute class, then we go to lunch, and then it's another 30-minute or 27-minute class. So I just call parents. I say, hey, ma'am or sir, I'm just calling. How are you doing? Hey, how you doing? Well, your son or daughter's making bad choices. They're throwing food. They're hanging around people who do bad things. They were like, really? So as a result, I've called 5 parents. One parent is going to make his son clean up Thursday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. And no one wants to take responsibility if your boy or girl throws food or does something crazy. They don't want to snitch. But we're trying to change the behavior and culture. So, one kid got a little mouthy with me. He got suspended for 3 or 4 days. That's all I really care to go into. I'm really a chilled guy, but a lot of these young people don't respect their parents, don't respect driver's ed. Girl, they go crazy. Okay? I've seen 3 food fights in my career, right? And then none of the kids take, it was him, it was him, it was him. Meanwhile, the whole lunchroom is, a mess. And if you don't clean it up, you're going to have rats, you're going to have mice. And if you're ever in a school or a college, they have traps set up. And I'm not saying because they're dirty. You have to have traps set up because some of the bottoms of the doors rust. Their openings, these rats or mice will gnaw their way in. Okay? So I'm trying to empower our custodial staff, because they work 24/7. So I try to show love to everyone. So I call 5 parents. I have a call log. And if you act a fool, I'm typing it up, calling. If you do something good, I'm gonna give you a good phone call. So I gave my worst class, listen to this. I gave my worst class free time. And you're like, why would you do that? They earned it. They had good behavior. I'm trying to show them love, positivity, right? Also, we have a girls football team, flag football. So I have a lot of young ladies who are trying to change behavior. So I'm trying to do positive rewards. Okay, if you have a niece or a nephew, or you got a kid, you already know. So, but a lot of these young people don't want to drive in this. One young lady's 17, she only has like 32 hours. Yes, positive reinforcement, modeling. I'm not a screamer. I'm chilled. Our principals and our bosses said, document, write things down, what happens. Because kids will lie and manipulate stuff. So you got to keep that distance. You got to speak truth. So that's where I am in my career. Like right now, we're chilling, driving good. I'm looking at these cars, but I'm not staring like that black truck to my right. I'm side-eyeing that black truck. They could come over in my lane, but I'm focused on ahead. And post-COVID, I know COVID's been over, but post-COVID, these kids I'm dealing with were 10 or 15 or 17. So they don't know how to have relationships with people. They don't know how to talk to people. They think we're a kid. I'm a grown man. Don't play with me. I'm trying to help. Okay? So it's like you. Imagine, Grace, you had a company and you make, let's say you make $1 million a year and you brought your niece in. She lazy, she don't want to work, she leaves early, and you're like, dang girl, you're making me look bad in front of my employees and I'm trying to train them. You got to get your niece out, right? Because sometimes work with family, they'll hurt you more than strangers. Okay, so basically my career, some of these students, I'll be teaching their brothers and sisters, right? We keep it at 100. And then in 2028, 2027, 2029, they'll be ready to drive. A lot of this is repeat business. If you're a good instructor, a good person, I had one woman request me. I taught her daughter, I taught her friend's son, and I'm teaching, I taught her older daughter, I'm teaching her younger daughter, and then one of my students, he just got his license yesterday. His mother knows the lady whose 2 daughters I taught. So a lot of it's repeat business. And it's about relationships. A lot has changed. And a lot of people go by word of mouth. If you're a good instructor, good business, you get repeat business. If you suck, you're going to be out of business in 3 years, 5 years. But a lot of parents and kids are very disrespectful. They think we need to bow down to every beck and call, but we're human. And I've been an educator and doing driver's ed. Like I'm coming from a staff meeting. I should have been driving 4:30, 6:30, but I text the young lady, yes, like this backup. I've had students almost rear-end cars because they're just not aware. This is why Ohio and Florida have changed laws. Because if you're 21 or under, you got to go back and take some more driver's ed courses, defensive driving, anger management, because a lot of these 21 to 27-year-olds, look, it takes 10 years. If you're 16, that's 26. If you're 15, that's 25. If you're 17, that's 27. It takes about 10 years to learn how to drive. I don't care what you say. Now, Grace, you're down, what, you're California or something, or Florida? You know, I only know about the Midwest. Texas, the parents train their kids. To be honest, you're not going to want to hear this. A lot of parents don't make time to teach your son or daughter how to drive. I'm just being honest. I talk to the kids. A lot of you want to hear this. A lot of parents don't. One young lady, yes, I'm not mad, Grace. I'm not mad. I taught a woman who was 37. She had a vision issue, went blind. God gave her vision back. She signed it with me. Real talk. So these are the things you don't know. These are the things you don't hear. Because I listen to my students. 3 of them out of 25 had jobs. 3 of them were ready to get their license. The other ones, some have 30 hours. Some have 35. Where I am, we got to have 50 hours. And if your mom and dad don't want to drive you, then what are you going to do? You're going to be 17? One of my students, her brother took level 1. He didn't drive at all. He was like 15 or 16. He says he's going to wait till he's 18. You're going to waste a year or 2 years of your life and you're in high school? That's the prime years of your life. Like football games, going out on a date, hanging out with your boys, and you not driving? What's wrong with these kids? Right? Okay? I got my license around 16. My parents did not give me a car. I bought my own piece of junk Malibu, $250. I learned how to work on it. I was scared. Listen, I was scared to bring it home. It sat at my friend's house all summer. And then I said, I guess I'm gonna take it home. And my mom and dad said, whose junky car is that? My car, right? But I had my own car. I was really, really scared. Today, it's like parents are expecting, the kids are expecting mom and dad gonna get me a car. And you're gonna love this. One of my students, her mother works for Volkswagen. Her mother got a new, well, she gets new cars every 16 months. She had a new car last night. Teen. That car had the new smell. If you smelled a new car, put a thumbs up in the chat. I smelled the car. I said, girl, that car smells new. It had less than 50 miles on it. A 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan. I'm like, wow. Okay. My mother's up there. She gets a new car. Her dad works at Volkswagen too. They used to bring Porsches home. I'm like, what? Okay, and I talk to the parents because I want to know what do you like? Are you the first kid through, second kid, third kid, fourth kid? After around the third kid, your parents are like, let's get in the car and drive. Okay, if you're the first kid, your parents are like putting bubble wrap around you, right? I'm being funny. They're putting bubble wrap around you so you don't hurt yourself. Okay. A lot of kids just don't want to drive. They're overscheduled. And I see that because I schedule kids. I try to my best to help. Like tonight after class, I got to drive to 10 o'clock. I really shouldn't have to do that, but the schedule was such that, you know, I have 6 weeks to get 20, 30, 35 students done, you know, and that's a lot of time. And a lot of times you see these clips, I'm coming home, I'm going to work, I'm going to the job. I tell you about my day. It's like a vlog style, okay? But the kids I'm driving, or young adults, they're not driving in traffic like this. They would freak out. What are we doing? Why are they moving so slow? This is a traffic jam. This is gridlock. This is Detroit, Michigan. This is Houston, Texas. This is Los Angeles, California, right? They don't drive in this because I talked to them yesterday. They told me very few kids have deep driving, like very few adults, no cap. So I'm an adventurous person. I wanted to drive across the United States. I wanted to explore my area. I want to see the hood. I want to see the suburb. I want to see the country. I want to see it all. So most kids don't want to drive anymore. They just want to go to school. And some of their parents don't even let them drive to school and drive home. I'm like, how many of you drive to school? How many of you drive home? I'm going to do a survey next time. Okay? And it's eye-opening. Like your niece or nephew, unless your sister or brother is really letting them drive, they're not really driving. Because I took my niece out. I'm not saying names. She didn't want to drive. She had a car at 17. They're about to cut me off. See that? Cut me off with the blinker. Looking right at me. Side-eye me. But I'm not going to get mad. 10 years ago, it would have been a problem. But I'm just going to let my man go. He can't go anywhere. But you do that to a younger driver today, they freak out. They're scarred. They want to get revenge. It's not this serious. Okay? And I've learned to kind of adapt. Okay, you pick your moments. And like that gray truck up there, that's road rage. And what I see, because, you know, we got the camera going, the video, you see people doing crazy stuff, passing 3 cars, cutting over. I'm chilling about 60, speed limit 70. I don't have to be, you get there when you get there. And if you don't learn this at 16 or 18 or 21 or 27, have a lot of accidents, and then there's no one to blame but you. We can't blame all. I saw my dad. Dad used to drive. I don't drive like this. Mom used to drive like this. Even if I was a business owner, I'm just chilling, man. I'm very zen. Like when you guys see me and I record, I'm chilled. I keep a real honest perspective. Okay? And that's how I try to teach the next generation of drivers. Because you road raging, driving out of pocket, you will smash your car. And a lot of people have dash cams. I have dash cam footage too of me taking trips to Kentucky, Iowa, New York, Canada, and I have that footage. And then, you know, we'll roll it out. Like now I'm squeezing my brakes. You see this bad traffic back up? Now I'm using the ball of my foot. Because if I slam brakes, the car will get rear-ended. And then the bumper will be smashed. Do we really want to call the police? No. Do I really want a ticket? No. Do you want a ticket? No. Do you want to get charged with road rage? No. Because people will lie. So you got to be a defensive driver. And all this traffic does make your hair gray. It does make high blood pressure. It does make you a little bit more aggressive. But if you have your air conditioning on and put something to snack on, you're chilling. Like all this backup. That black truck is tailgating. All these cars are tailgating to my right. You see it. I'm just lifting my foot and anticipating someone. That's that white car that cut me off with the blinker. That Volkswagen, the side-eyed me. I passed him. Do you see? Better fuel economy, smooth, easy. When it's time to push the gas and get up, I can do that. When it's time to sit back and chill, I can do that. It's just a different style. And there's some really good instructors out there too, right? Who will teach you. And you can see the traffic is starting to move again. You know, this is the I-94 corridor. This takes us to I-80. Yeah, like, oh, why is this guy walking? I take back streets too, if it's really backed up. You know, for a moment there, I wasn't driving on the freeway a lot, just teaching my students, and then when we got called back to the office, I had a little panic attack too. Because you always feel like someone is out to get you or swerving their lane or something. I know how you feel, Grace, 100%. I felt like that in Indiana, and I felt like that in Illinois, because we took 94 to the I-80 corridor. They were doing like 90, 85. Semi trucks are doing about 75. cars were tailgating them like they want to crash into them. I'm like, wow. And I'm looking ahead. I'm just trying to take my time. And it's a good thing I canceled my drive because I knew I was not going to be here. This is why I try not to cut my schedule so short. The car could break down. I could get tired. And I don't want to drive. I need to take a mental break. You got to get away from these people. It can be toxic. Driving can be toxic. You know, I had an opportunity to drive in Dallas, Texas. Went there 4 times. My daughter drove from Prairie View to Houston, Texas. She was out there 5 lanes in a renter car, pushing hard. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. And this in the wintertime, this cloverleaf, you basically can lose control. You can lose control. I'm just trying to take my time. Because this road can be really dangerous too. And then this thoroughfare, there are a lot of backups. And this will trick and trap beginning drivers too. Like that sudden pull off, it's not even necessary. I think around year 10 of my driving, year 11, you know, 25, 27, you'll feel more comfortable. But everyone's situation is different. I wanted things. I wanted car parts. I wanted new headers. I wanted a new paint job, new tires. So I understood at a young age, you got to work. But like that big truck, that lifted truck, a lot of trucks and cars are bigger today too. And people think they can bully you. I noticed that too. There's a lot more road rage and people are just speeding like, I got to slow down. I'm not trying to run this light. It's not that serious. Because if you're a yellow light runner, you're going to fail your test. Because I talk to people and they tell me the reality. The reality is young people don't want to drive. There's Uber, there's Lyft. Mom and dad are kind of sheltering them, babying them. Mom and dad, you're not really teaching them to deal with traffic. And then they panic. And then if they drive too slow, they get road raged on. I see the triggers all the time. And I had that honest conversation with parents. And I talk to them because I want to get a chance to know their son or daughter because I'm out there driving with them. And then we get in the car and zero, blank. They don't know what to do. So you got to teach life skills. It goes beyond driving. Okay? It really does. And, you know, I watch other, you know, driving things and everyone's a little bit different, you know. So you just got to learn to be patient, take your time. You'll get home when you get home. You'll get to the office when you get to the office. But if you work in a downtown area, this is daily. And that's what stresses you out, makes you tired, and then you don't want to take your... I understand. Because one time, they paid me for 20 hours of driving. I drove this young adult. He needed 30 hours of driving. I'm like, sure, go ahead and pay me. He drove everywhere. Like this car, they're hauling all this. That's why this is some Final Fantasy right here. This is Final Fantasy right here. All that stuff can fall out. I'm not messing with that. It's that Final Fantasy. So I'm just trying to keep it real with all of you. I'm gonna pull over and park, talk to you guys. I'm gonna tell you some of the things I observed, right? So, some of the things I noticed: safe driving behaviors, put on your seatbelt. Next, maintain a safe speed. I did that. Next, safely maintains following distance. I tried to do that, but it was really heavy traffic. Next, identifies and understands to respond appropriately to traffic signs and signals. I did do that. I didn't go really fast. I did not go slow. I did not slam my brakes. Understands different vehicle capabilities and effectively shares the road with all semi-trucks, big trucks, small cars, sports cars. Yes. Effectively manages risk. I try to manage risk. I don't tailgate. I'm not driving aggressive. I turn my blinker on early. Demonstrates the ability to select a gap. You can't hesitate. Beginning drivers panic. I had a young lady last summer. We get ready to make a left turn. It took her 5 minutes. Whoa, that's real. Next, demonstrates the ability to select a gap, meaning you're looking. It's clear. You got to make that right turn. You got to make that left. Because if you miss a cycle at the left turn light, instant hate, instant rage. People are like, you didn't go. And then I got an adult driver here. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like, you should have went. Yields to pedestrians. People are walking everywhere. And it's different than 5 years ago. People are walking with the traffic, against the traffic. If you're riding a bike, you need to ride with the traffic. If you're walking against traffic. But also there are these fat tire bikes, these e-scooters. It's really dangerous out here. Next, curves. Enters the curve at the proper speed and position. You got to control your speed. Next, gradually increases at the apex of the curve. You saw it was really smooth. Next, maintains proper lane position. We don't want to tailgate left. We don't want to tailgate right. We don't want to get sideswiped. Next, signals and checks mirrors. Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. You have to do that consistently over and over and over. Turns head to check blind spots. No steering, so I'm not jerking the wheel. Gradually moves into lane, crosses 3 or 4 broken lines. Guys, and ladies, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I need you to look at all these videos. I need you to do a good job. I want you to look at all these videos. I do appreciate your comments, and I want to say thank you. Look at these videos. I will be going live later. Bye.